Be proud of. All be proud of in terms of what he's done from a business standpoint at Bain Capital. All be proud of in terms of what he's done in terms of the Olympics, and certainly what he's done as governor of Massachusetts, and what he's done in the election and running for president. So I'd like all of us to show the response and the enthusiasm we have, and to thank Mitt Romney for coming and celebrating what we've got here in our state of Michigan and helping in our Fix Michigan and turning Michigan around. So please give a warm welcome to Mitt Romney.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. An honor to be here. Honor to have your leadership with your great company. And how many employees did you say in your company? 7,500 people that man employs. Just a terrific employer. Thank you. Now, I owe Pete Hoekstra one heck of a lot. This is the guy who, when I was out campaigning in my campaign, this guy went all over America. He was out there in Iowa time after time, helping me in remarkable ways. And every time he went out there, people were impressed, because this is a guy of extraordinary capability and understanding and knowledge. You know that he has been the Republican chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. And then when the Democrats took over, they called that the ranking member. He's the leading Republican of the House Intelligence Committee. This guy understands what's happening to us around the world. He is a man of such extraordinary capacity, knowledge, intelligence, thoughtfulness, and perspective that he has been a great servant of the nation and a servant of the people of Michigan. And I'm proud to know him and to have him as a friend. I appreciate all he's done for me, and I appreciate what he's going to continue to do for you. I do wonder about his judgment, however, in deciding to run for governor, because you know, you have to ask yourself, you be careful, because now and then you be careful what you wish for, because it might just happen. I have a favorite story. You know, I like Brooks Patterson. I like telling jokes. This is about a couple. They're 60 years old, and they're walking down the beach, and they stumble across the proverbial lamp in the sand, and the genie pops out and says, "I give you each one wish." And the genie says to the wife, "What do you want?" And she says, "I'd like to be covered in jewels." And poof, she's covered in diamonds and rubies and sapphires. And then the genie turns to the husband and says, "And what do you want?" And he says, "I'd like to see what it's like to be married to somebody 20 years younger than I am." And poof, he turns 80. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, Pete. It might just happen. He would be a terrific governor. This is a man who knows how to get the job done. You know, he was at Herman Miller. Now, I think most of you know Herman Miller. You've probably got a few here working at Herman Miller. There's some things that now and then you ask yourself, how in the world could that guy do that? Can you imagine someone having the chutzpah to think they could sell you a chair for $2,000? A chair that's mostly made out of a fly swatter material, you know. And this guy thought he could do that and convince us to buy him. And sure enough, Americans in record numbers did that. He propelled a lot of jobs, made a lot of people very, very happy. His experience in the private sector gives him the kind of know-how to attract jobs. His experience in the governmental sector shows that he has the capability to take on tough problems and to solve them. And this is a man who I'm proud to call a friend. Would you welcome him as well, my friend Pete Hoekstra?
Thanks, Mitt and Mike, thank you both for being here. You know, I think when we were talking about it in the congressional panel this afternoon, one of the things I think that all of us agreed on the panel and in the audience, Ari Fleischer was wrong. And when did he speak? At lunch or breakfast? What a bummer way to start it out, where he's saying Republicans aren't ready to lead. And what we've seen over the last day and a half is we've seen Republican after Republican after Republican who I think have instilled and are still instilling confidence around the country that Republicans are ready to lead, and America needs us to lead. Whether people like Mike out of the business sector, providing us with the grounding in business principles to help shape our values. Whether it's someone like Mitt, who's got both the governmental experience, the private sector experience, all other kinds of experience. We are ready to lead. We are ready to lead at the national level. We are ready to lead at the state level. The state needs us. America needs us. Mitt went through a long litany of what's happening on national security issues. Sitting on the Intelligence Committee, I see that firsthand. What this president is doing is very, very dangerous to our position on a global basis. When you take a look at what this president is doing from an economic standpoint, we recognize that if this president is allowed to serve for 8 years, he will do the same thing to America that Jennifer Granholm has done to this state over the last 6.5 years. They absolutely do not understand what it takes to compete, what it takes to invest, what it takes to create jobs, and we are all paying the price for that here in this state. So, we're really looking forward to the next 11 months as we go through the process of this primary, as we go through the process of a general election. But most importantly, we are excited about what will happen, hopefully, when I am your governor on January 1. And we recognize that America's future doesn't begin in Washington. It doesn't begin in Lansing. It doesn't begin with any one of the three of us. America's future, what we believe as Republicans, that America's future begins with each and every one of you when we give you the opportunity to succeed, to take risks, to invest, and to make America a better place. Now, the three of us, we've agreed we're going to just take open mic. If anybody's got any questions for any one of the three of us, we are more than willing to take a couple of questions.